Hello, Frank. Where are you at right now?
Hi, we're visiting the Panama beaches. The most popular talked about beach in Panama is Coronado. It's a resort, international beach resort with corresponding high tourist prices.
You speak Spanish really well, so were you able to talk with any of the local folks about crime at the beaches, and did you feel safe when you were there?
It's an interesting question because a lot of times when you're walking around, and yeah, when you speak the language, it's easier to meet people. And there were two more mature Panamanian ladies walking, and they seemed interested in meeting us. And we always smile at them and say hello, good morning. And this opens up conversations, and people open up to you. And they genuinely wanted to warn us, so they had a genuine interest in our protection, which is very kind of them. And we really appreciate that when locals do that without us even asking them. We didn't ask them what the crime was. We were just wandering off about 100 yards out of the resort, and I just politely asked them, are we still in Coronado? And she said, well, right now you are, but if you go a little further down, you're going to be in an unprotected, unpoliced area, and I don't recommend you go there. It's dangerous for foreigners. She pointed at my white skin, you stand out as a foreigner, and she said, you could get robbed there. So, it's a wake-up call.
Even in daylight, huh?
During the day, yeah,
Okay.
it's a wake-up call. And she said, especially at night, don't come out here. So, we don't make this stuff up. It comes straight from the locals, and we just report it back to you because I'm sure you want to hear it. There's no actual gate that says you're at the end of this resort. Now you're entering unpatrolled zone. There's nothing like that. You're just on the beach. And it's easy to stroll on the beach and wander off a little because you're just enjoying the walk on the beach. This is the kind of thing that your average retiree is not normally privy to because if they don't speak the language. They warned us not to go further because it's unpatrolled, and as foreigners.
And what beach were you on?
Well, not to mention specifics, but outside of Coronado, just strolling outside of Coronado.
But not far off of Coronado.
Not far, no, 100 yards.
Because we just want to make that.
I said, oh, look, it's not patrolled, they said, and you're obviously foreigners, pointing to the color of our skin, and saying, so, you could be targeted for robbery. And so these are local Panamanians telling us that. And it's happened, the same thing happened to us in Bahia de Caracas in Ecuador.
And in Atacamas.
And Atacamas, it's the locals that warn you, that tell you. Now, a lot of the promoters won't tell you that. The pumpers won't tell you that, but the locals will. So I'm always thankful that I'm blessed to have been open-minded enough to be willing to pick up the language and to be able to have these little conversations with locals, and they just love talking to you, and we're very kind to them and respectful, and they just really enjoy that.
Well, you get the best information from the locals.
And you get the best information.
Especially from the older ones.
You get on-the-ground information from old-timers, local old-timers that they appear to have a genuine interest in you as a person, and they just want to warn you. They just want you to know, because they care about you on some level, So, and you know what? That's a blessing. It's a blessing to have people approach you and have that benevolence towards you, because they can tell. You smile at them, you're nice to them, you're respectful towards them, and so they want to reciprocate that. And I just love that kind of encounter with locals. So, and it's something that you don't get on a tourist level. Like when we were tourists in Mexico decades ago, I never had such encounters. I didn't speak Spanish.
You didn't speak Spanish, sweetie. It's a lot more difficult to talk with locals.
Of course, I don't have the wisdom of the age either.
Exactly.
I mean, I didn't have the wisdom of the age.
Well, that's a lot of great information you just gave us, Frank, and we have more questions coming later. We have a lot more coming up.
Well, we like to give people the on-the-ground inside scoop. And yeah, you can search around forums for 8 hours and maybe find some of it. But we give you the straight inside scoop right away, so you don't have to search all day for it. It's all here. Frank and Angie, Panama Beaches, signing out.
Ciao.
Have a nice day. Bye-bye.